Hi, this is William here, and today we're going to talk about productivity and the internet. There's a good chance you're reading this article or watching this presentation during your workday as a distraction from whatever it is you're supposed to be doing at work right now. Whatever you were working on, which you still need to finish up, is likely open in another window. It's just a few minutes break, no big deal. But I'm guessing this isn't the first article you've read or watched, and when you're done skimming this, another one might catch your eye over there on the right. Or you'll get an IM from a coworker asking for restaurant recommendations in Atlanta where they'll traveling to tomorrow on business, and you'll be tempted to give it some thought. After all, you used to live there and they need your help. And in a few tweets and a scan of your Facebook news feed, and before you know it, you just lost half an hour from your workday. The internet is the world's greatest productivity tool, but also the world's greatest time killer. Even email, which has put all executives on communication hyper mode since the BlackBerry, wastes a lot of time. As the New York Times pointed out in a recent article on Google CEO Larry Page, he doesn't like email, even Gmail, saying the tedious back and forth takes too long to solve problems. One time he forced two executives to settle a dispute which they had been waging over email in person before leaving a room. Email probably wastes time in your everyday life too. Say an email comes in from your boss or a new business prospect that you believe requires a grammatically correct, well thought out, yet email brief essay. It could take you 30 minutes to write, but you could say it in all in 30 seconds or less. If you're like most people, your email and iMac are continually on, or your PC, churning away in the background of your day. Whenever something comes in, you stop what you're doing, flip to the new message, and jump back to your work. Don't kid yourself that you're multitasking. Multitasking is a myth, says Winford Gallagher in her book, Wrap, Tension in the Focused Life. You're actually switching back and forth between two articles. The extra effort involved actually makes you less rather than more productive. Your overall performance will be inefficient, error prone, and more time consuming than if you had done one thing at a time. Get enough messages and you never really get anything done at all. And don't get me started about how productive meetings are when everyone is BBMing. My goal isn't to tell you you're a giant slacker fritting away your work days. Instead, think about it in reverse. Imagine how much you could get done and how many fewer hours you would have to work if the internet weren't killing your work time. Just think about what you could do with all the extra time. Go to the movies, hang out with your kids, your wife, etc. Or heaven forbid, work more and be so much more productive than your distracted peers that you'll get promoted faster and make more money. Here are a few things I've learned to do that help me to get the most out of my day. Turn off your iMac or PC. Unless you have a compelling reason for real-time IMing with someone, for example, you're communicating with a colleague on an airplane and IM is the only choice, turn it off. IM is simply an invitation for people to interrupt your work and ask you trivial questions. Check your email only a few times a day. Email is asynchronous. Senders don't expect an immediate response. Take advantage of this by turning off your visual and audio alerts and checking it just a few times a day. When I do check email, I have a rule that I respond immediately to every email as soon as I read it, unless it's an email that needs no response. The discipline forces me to send short emails because I want to get to the next message and never causes me to read an email twice. Result is much less time spent on messaging. The same thing for texting and checking voicemail. Have 30-minute meetings. With the exception of formal meetings, anything useful in a meeting can be accomplished in 30 minutes, especially when phones, email, and iMacs or PCs are not allowed. Schedule time for social media. Keeping up with the news is crucial, and maintaining a social media profile is important for professional purposes. But do it wisely. Make it something you schedule time for. I do it as soon as I wake up and if possible while I'm eating lunch. Once it's scheduled activity like anything else, it doesn't become a filler that takes up your entire day. In summary, so take it from someone who founded a number of startup companies. Spend your days a little less connected and you'll be more productive, happier, and have much more free time. Now share this article and get back to work. Well, this is William, and this concludes the presentation on productivity and the internet. We'll see you the next time.